your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, it's been an active day across some parts of central Illinois. Still active up into portions of Livingston County near Pontiac. A pretty good little storm up there into portions of Fort and Iroquois County. We've seen a lot of rainfall. And then back towards Peoria, they have seen nearly 5 inches of rainfall up that way. Now, look at the rest of us, though. It's calm from Champaign all the way to Effingham and even near Springfield. We're going to catch a little bit of a break before another round moves in later tonight. Now, that one may pose a severe weather threat. There is a tornado watch in effect for places like Lincoln, Clinton, Bloomington, Pontiac, Gibson City. You guys have that tornado watch that is in effect here. It is warm. You can see the difference in the temperatures. 66 in Watseka compared to the 88 in Champaign. So again, we're going to be watching for the development of storms later tonight. We'll time those out for you. Show you again who's under the gun coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
There could be a case of the mumps on the U of I's campus. The warning they're sending students.
Plus, pictures on social media show a Champaign school bus on the wrong side of the road. What else the person who posted them claims the driver did.
And an abandoned building was given the green light to be turned into a homeless shelter. Why that has some community leaders threatening to sue the city.
We begin tonight with breaking news. The Moultrie County coroner is on the scene of a crash right now.
It's south of Sullivan on 800 North and Route 32. Witnesses say it involves a school bus and another vehicle. We have a crew on the way right now. We will keep you updated as soon as we learn more. In other news, there's a possible case of mumps on the U of I campus. Now, this case has a low probability of actually being the virus, but they want to take it seriously. They put out an alert to all students telling them to be careful. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is with us now. So, Courtney, so the student doesn't actually have the mumps?
Yeah, exactly. It's just possible that they do. Now, I asked McKinley Health Center if the student was being quarantined, but they couldn't say. Students on campus got this email telling them about the possible case. It also warned them to watch out for symptoms. Mumps spreads through your spit and coughing. People can be contagious before they start showing those symptoms. Symptoms are things like swelling on the side of your face, aches, chills, and decreased appetite.
It's really important that if you develop these symptoms that you come to either convenient care or your primary to be evaluated. This is a highly contagious virus, and we want to try to quarantine those people in the community so that we aren't spreading it to the rest of the community members.
The people who are most likely to catch mumps are people who have been vaccinated, who haven't been vaccinated against it, obviously. That includes children who are younger than a year old. After that, kids typically get their first vaccination, and then the next one happens between the ages of 4 and 6. Mumps were also reported on the U of I campus in 2015. Now, at that time, there were 69 cases just on campus. Jennifer?
And we don't want that happening again. Hopefully, students take precautions.
Definitely.
All right, thank you. Like this, to protect yourself, there are simple things you can do. Make sure you're washing your hands. Don't share any utensils, and don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. New at 5, a former Department of Corrections employee is charged with having sex with inmates. Michael Williams was arrested this week. He faces multiple charges of custodial sexual misconduct. Williams was a 20-year employee of the IDOC. His most recent position was a food services manager at Decatur's Correctional Center. He also worked at the Logan Correctional Center. People are talking about Champaign school buses again.
That's right. It's after someone posted this picture on Facebook of a school bus crossed over the yellow line and driving on the wrong side of the road. WCIA 3's Miranda Meister is live in the control room. Miranda, the person who posted the pictures saw this happen. What else did they see?
Paul, he said that this all happened after the bus driver had ran a stop sign. This all happened at the intersection of State Street and Hessel Road. We've reached out to the Champaign School District, and they said the bus had to go around a car that was illegally parked. Now, this is one of 2 bus-related incidents in the last week that the district has addressed. The first was brought up after another post on social media of students sitting on the floor of a bus. Now, the district tells me that that is very possible that that picture was taken before the bus was even in motion, but they're still looking into both incidents. Reporting live in the control room, Miranda Meister, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Miranda, thanks.
A community is remembering a firefighter this week. Watsika firefighter and paramedic Mike Menwica has died. The fire department says he had just finished his paramedic schooling and was in the fire academy. They wrote on Facebook saying Mike was a valuable member to our department and just an overall great guy to have around. Rest in peace, brother. We will miss you. The president and CEO of Farm Credit Illinois died this Wednesday. Tom Tracy was 47 years old. Farm Credit Illinois says he died unexpectedly from health complications. He was with FCI for 10 years and named president and CEO in 2015. Visitation will be at Morgan Memorial Home in Savoy on Sunday from 4 to 7. A memorial mass will be Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Joseph Catholic Church in Ivesdale.
A home in Arthur went up in flames. Firefighters were called to a house near Maple and Park early this morning. Arthur's fire chief says a neighbor woke up, saw flames coming from the house next door, and called 911. The chief believes no one was inside. People who had been living there had just moved out.
When I arrived on scene, it was on fire from pretty much the north end, pretty much to the south end. And then by the time we got the truck set up and the water going, it was fully involved from end to end.
Crews will be monitoring the house all day. They say it's not safe to go inside, so once insurers give them the all clear, they'll start tearing it down from the outside to put out remaining hotspots. That cause is under investigation. We have an update on a homeless shelter in Springfield. City Council voted to give the go-ahead to transform an abandoned building on the city's east side into a homeless shelter.
Those opposed are not backing down without a fight. The NAACP and community leaders from the east side are threatening legal action if the plans for the shelter don't change. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey is live in our Capitol newsroom. So Cole, tell us again, why are they against this location?
Teresa Haley, the president of the NAACP, said that the city council is using the east side of Springfield as a dumping ground for everything else that they don't want on the other side of the city. She made this argument at the city council meeting last week, and even though the city council voted and passed the ordinance for the homeless shelter, she wants the mayor to stop it in its tracks. Haley, along with several other black community leaders, called on the mayor to veto the legislation. The mayor has until Tuesday to veto the ordinance. But the NAACP has already started preparing to file the lawsuit against the city. They claim that putting the shelter on the east side of the town would only stand to hurt that side of the town.
This building is located along Reconciliation Way. What reconciliation are we doing by putting a homeless shelter on the east side? We already have over 20 social services located on the east side and 2 homeless shelters already.
Now, even if the mayor vetoed this legislation, it wouldn't mean much. To override a mayor's veto, you need 7 votes, and the ordinance passed last week by a vote of 8 to 2. Now, the mayor just sent out a press release just minutes ago saying that he is planning a meeting with stakeholders and community leaders like Haley for next week, and they're hoping to find a good, strong way to move forward here. But if a compromise can't be reached and the city's plan moves forward without any hesitation, Haley said the NAACP is ready to file that lawsuit. Jennifer.
All right, Cole, thank you so much. And a quick update on our top story now. We do know that it was a Sullivan school bus that was involved in that crash. We've got a reporter on the scene, and we're going to get her on the phone as soon as we can.
In other news, Ebert Fest still a few months away, but that didn't stop film lovers from coming to the U of I. Why dozens got together to talk media.
Plus, it's 10 years of celebrating pride in one city. We have the details of everything happening this weekend in Champaign.